Hey there, fabulous minds, and welcome back to Protect Your Mind, the podcast that's all about tickling your brain cells and keeping them on their toes. I'm Lisa, your curious host, and today, we're delving into the mysterious world of PRP therapy and hair restoration. What can you realistically expect from this hair-raising procedure? Joining me is the ever-wise Mind. Mind, say hello to our eager audience.
Hello, everyone! Ready to separate hair-raising facts from follicle fiction when it comes to PRP therapy?
You bet, Mind. But let me tell you, I've got a head full of questions when it comes to hair restoration. So, let's start with the basics. What is PRP therapy, and how does it work for hair loss?
Great place to begin, Lisa! PERP stands for platelet-rich plasma. It's a procedure where a small amount of your own blood is drawn, processed to concentrate the platelets, and then injected into the scalp. Platelets contain growth factors that can stimulate hair follicles and promote hair growth.
Alright, Mind, but here's a question that's been bugging me. Can PRP therapy really regrow a full head of hair, or are we talking about sparse results?
It's a valid question, Lisa. PRP therapy can indeed promote hair growth, but the extent of regrowth can vary from person to person. It's more likely to be effective for individuals with early-stage hair loss or thinning rather than those with extensive baldness.
Fair enough, Mind. But what about this claim that PRP therapy is a one-and-done deal? Can you really get luscious locks with just one session?
It's a bit of a follicle fantasy, Lisa. While some people may see results after a single session, PRP therapy typically involves a series of treatments spaced out over several months for the best results. It's more like a marathon than a sprint.
Alright, that's good to know. But here's a juicy one. Does PRP therapy hurt like the dickens? Is it as painful as it sounds?
Pain is subjective, Lisa, but most people report minor discomfort during PRP therapy. Local anesthesia is often used to numb the scalp, and any discomfort is usually manageable. It's not as painful as it may seem.
Well, that's a relief. But let's talk about recovery. How long does it take to see results after PRP therapy? Are we talking weeks or months?
Patience is key, Lisa. It can take several weeks to a few months to start seeing noticeable results from PRP therapy. Hair growth is a gradual process, and you'll likely need multiple sessions to achieve your desired outcome.
Alright, Mind, let's get to the meat of it. Can PRP therapy really stop hair loss in its tracks, or are we talking about just slowing it down?
PRP therapy can slow down hair loss and promote regrowth, but it's not a guaranteed stopper for everyone. Its effectiveness depends on various factors, including the underlying cause of hair loss and the individual's response to the treatment.
Got it, Mind. But what about the myth that PRP therapy can restore hair in any balding situation? Is that just wishful thinking?
It's more of a wishful thinking, Lisa. PRP therapy works best for individuals with androgenetic alopecia, the most common cause of hair loss. It's less effective for those with extensive baldness or underlying medical conditions causing hair loss.
Alright, that's important to know. But here's a wild one. Can you tell me the weirdest reason someone's ever gotten PRP therapy for hair restoration?
Haha! Well, people have their unique reasons. But one that comes to mind is someone who wanted PRP therapy before a big family reunion to impress their relatives with a full head of hair. Hey, we all want to make a good impression.
Family reunion hair goals, that's hilarious. But what about this claim that PRP therapy can make you look 20 years younger? Is that pure science fiction?
It's not exactly science fiction, but it's an exaggeration. PRP therapy can rejuvenate your hair and give you a more youthful appearance, but it won't turn back the clock by 20 years. It's a natural enhancement, not a time machine.
Enhancing, not time traveling, got it. But what about the big one? Can PRP therapy really make your hair as thick as a lion's mane, or are we talking about more modest results?
PRP therapy can certainly increase hair thickness and density, but it's unlikely to transform you into a lion's mane overnight. The results are typically more natural looking, improving the quality and fullness of your existing hair.
All right, that's reassuring. But what about the people who say PRP therapy is just a costly gimmick? Is it all about throwing money at your hair?
PRP therapy isn't a gimmick, Lisa, but it's true that it can be relatively expensive. The cost varies depending on the location, the provider, and the number of sessions required. It's essential to weigh the potential benefits against the cost.
Fair point. Now, let's get to the juicy stuff. Can PRP therapy really boost your confidence and change your life, or is that just wishful thinking?
PRP therapy can indeed boost confidence and improve self-esteem, especially for those who have struggled with hair loss. But it's not a magic solution that will transform your entire life. It's a personal journey, and how you feel about your hair is just one piece of the puzzle.
Boosting, not life-changing, got it. But what about this persistent myth that your hair will look fake and unnatural after PRP therapy? Is that just Hollywood magic?
It's a misconception, Lisa. When performed by a skilled practitioner, PRP therapy should result in natural-looking hair growth. The fake look you're referring to is often associated with poorly done hair transplants, not PRP therapy.
Good to know, mind. But here's a fun twist. Can you tell me the funniest reason someone's ever given for wanting PRP therapy?
Well, humor is subjective, but one memorable reason I've come across is someone who wanted PRP therapy because they thought it would make them more aerodynamic for their cycling hobby. Hair that helps you glide through the air, I suppose.
Aerodynamic hair, that's a first. And thank you to all our listeners for joining us on Protect Your Mind. Remember, when it comes to PRP therapy and hair restoration, facts are more fantastic than fiction. That's it for today's episode.
Join us next time as we explore more captivating topics that keep your minds buzzing. Until then, stay fabulous, stay curious, and never stop protecting your mind.